this is the news time, and from Australia, space related to this project. Probably you know the International Astronautical Congress, IAC, was held in Sydney a couple of weeks ago. This is the world's largest space congress. I think some 6,000 to 8,000 people attended it in Sydney, in International Convention Center. And I love this one. What they had outside the ICC in Darling Harbour. So some relevant people. One morning they had a keynote event. The heads of space agencies came and gave speeches. The two most relevant to this project are Enrico Palmero, Palermo. He is the head of Australian Space Agency, and Dr. Narayanan, probably you know him better than me. That's the chairman of the Indian Space Research Organization. So I gave a very nice interview and described what are the priorities. I did not record his speech, but I know I listened to all of them. So it was fascinating. And then the heads of several other space agencies, NASA, European Space Agency, Canadian Space Agency, JAXA, that's the Japanese Space Agency, and China. And the same day we had at UTS, we had IESc Welcome. This is Associate Professor Dush Talakorn from my team. He's also the UTS Deep Space Engagement Lead for Space, speaking in the welcome session. And our team had displayed the antenna prototype to attendees, some of my team members, industry collaborators, and Dr. Khushbu Singh. She is here, and she will have a presentation later here. And then next day we had a SmartSat CRC breakfast. This is the corporate research center I mentioned before that funded our ISL project. So as Professor Andy Coronis is the CEO of SmartSat, announced the Australasian Space Innovation Institute. That will be the next phase after the CRC. Some important people who attended that breakfast. So I'm very thankful to CRC for inviting me to this very important breakfast. And this is Honorable Tim Iris, that is Australian Minister, our National Minister for Industry and Science. And it'll be surprisingly, the Honorable Judith Collins, that's a New Zealand Minister for Defence, because New Zealand is also contributing to this institute. And a few others. This is New South Wales Chief Scientist and Engineer, and a former minister, and several others. On Wednesday at UTS Tech Lab, 4 astronauts visited our tech lab. So antenna engineers can recognize this lab, right? What is this? No, that's our photo booth. When you need, yes, that's true. I'm joking. So yeah, it is our anechoic chamber. That's where we test all our antenna systems. That's one of the beds that is very unique in the southern hemisphere. It's large and it covers frequency bands and very useful for antenna research, but it's also very beautiful as well for photos. So when you need some exciting photo, we take it. My photo that you used for advertising this workshop, that one was taken in that one. That one went viral, and I didn't give it to the organizers. They found it from somewhere, right? From internet. So it's everywhere. So take a photo in the chamber if you want to be popular. Also there was national TV of Australia, Channel 10, came to that event, and they interviewed Dr. Khushbu Singh about, and this is she explaining to Channel 10 how antennas are tested, why this lab is important. They telecasted it nationally across Australia that evening, and also they put it in YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and search National 10 and a few other things, you can find that. And probably I will put a link in from my UTS webpage to that YouTube. So that is a lot of things happen with this conference. We also displayed our antenna systems to those visitors who came to UTS Tech Lab pretty much several throughout the week. Now, Wednesday we had MAITRI party at UTS in the evening. I gave a speech, short technical speech to that. And there was another very famous person spoke in that event. He's not an antenna engineer. Anyone can recognize who is this? Yes, Steve O. He was the former captain of the Australian national cricket team, and he is the ambassador for Space MAITRI program. So he kindly joined and the event as well. And then this event. So that is, I mentioned this event at there. So that is pretty much the news.